Hi everybody, Arian from IgnitePOST here. We just came out with our newest blog post that talks about how to improve the open rate of mail and more specific, handwritten mail. Did you know that there are 6 specific things that you can do to greatly influence the open rate of mail correspondence that you send? I'm going to go through them quickly right now, but if you haven't had a chance, I highly recommend you hit our website, take a look at our blog post, and read through some of the tips and tricks that we have because they'll be super useful for you. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in. So the first thing you can do to influence the open rate is to use a non-standard card size. At IgnitePOST, we use a 5x7 card. That's because it doesn't look like a bill that typically arrives in a number 10 envelope, and it also doesn't look like standard direct mail that gets chucked right in the trash as fast as you possibly can. With a 5x7 card size, looks more like an invitation and people give it more attention. So when you see something that's non-standard, you pay attention to it a little bit more and you look into it a little bit more, you interact with it and you scrutinize it and you don't throw it away like the rest of kind of mass-produced direct mail. The second thing is to use a handwritten envelope with an actual human handwriting style instead of a printed font. When somebody looks to see that you actually took the time to pen them a note or to actually handwrite an envelope and send it to them, they'll give it more attention and they will immediately value it more than the other mail that arrives on their doorstep. Number 3 is replacing black ink with blue ink. Why do we use blue ink? Because studies have shown that you get much higher open rates. And that's because with black ink, it's very difficult to tell if someone actually handwrote this letter to you or if this was just a typed letter that came out of a printer. So by using blue ink, it's more authentic and subconsciously our brains place a higher value on correspondence that is written and sent using blue ink instead of black ink. Number 4 is always using an authentic postage stamp. So instead of sending things via pre-sorted standard mail or with a printed indicia on the actual envelope, using an actual affixed postage stamp also increases your open rate, right? Again, it's because people realize that this is not something that is mass mail that has just been blasted out to everybody. This is something that actually is for me. Therefore, I'm going to give it more time and actually take a look and see what this is. Again, will influence your open rate a lot. Number 5 is actually using first and last names instead of a company name in the return address, right? It's more personal. When you see just a generic company reached out to you, it's not really that big of a draw to actually open and interact with the mail correspondence that came. But if a specific person at the company is sending you something, then you give it more attention and you are more likely to interact with that mail piece and even to follow up with that specific person at the company. So using a specific first and last name instead of a generic company name is something that we recommend. And then number 6 is opt for handwritten notes over computer-generated fonts. Again, this goes back to one of the points we were talking about earlier, but when you actually see a piece of mail that was handwritten, automatically you put more value on it because you know that this person took the time to actually send you something that's important that they want you to see and interact with, and it's worth it to actually give it the time of day and give it more attention. So those are our tricks, tips and tricks for increasing open rate for any type of mail correspondence. We go into more detail in the blog post, so if you have a chance, I highly recommend you dive in and take a look through it. But if you have any questions, we deal with this all day, every day at IgnitePOST. So please reach out to our team, support@ignitepost.com, and we'd be happy to answer any of those questions as well as help you get set up and show you how we actually take these tips and tricks that we just talked through and implement them every day to help our customers generate winning campaigns. So thanks very much, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.